to be solving linear equations. A linear equation can be explained in the form of mx plus b equals 0. Now we're going to start out with an example problem of,
would you just look at that?
3x minus 9 is equal to 0. Our m is the 3 and our b is the 9. Now in order to solve this problem, we have to take negative 9 and put it on the other side. So our new equation will be 3x.
Would you just look at that x? Would you just look at it?
3x is equal to 9. Now we're going to solve for x by dividing by 3.
Look at that there math problem. Would you just look at it? Look at that. Look at this.
X is equal to 3.
You know what I'll say if I got that math problem? I'll say, would you just look at this? Just look at it.
So x is equal to 3. Now, in order to check our equation, you're going to plug the 3 into the original problem. Your second equation, so you have 3x, which our x is 3, is equal to 9. Does that check?
Would you just look at this here? Just look at it.
Yes, it checks. On to the next equation. Now, since we know how to solve a simple linear equation with 3x plus 9 equals 0, we solved it. We got x equals 3. Now we're going to take a linear equation and use it for an application problem. Today's application problem is Walker's Cab Company charges $2.35 plus $1.50 per mile. If Kaylee's fare totaled $27.85, how many miles did she travel in the cab? Now, first we need to figure out what we know from the... Okay, we just went over the application problem. Now we need to know, what do we know from this problem? We know that our m is equal to $1.50 per mile.
Look at that.
Because we are trying to figure out how many miles she traveled. So the miles is what is in question. We know that its initial cost $2.35, so that is going to be our plus b.
And then we know
the total equals $27.85.
Look at this. Look
So
at this.
the
Look at this.
equation
$1.50 per mile.
So the equation will be set up like this. $1.50
Look at that. Would you just look at it?
x plus $2.35 is equal to our total cab fare, which is $27.85.
Right.
$27.85. Now we just need to use the simple linear equation model to solve for x.
Would you look at that?
We're going to
Just
minus
look at it.
235 minus 235.
Well, would you just look at this? Just look at it.
So our equation will now be $1.50 x is equal to $25.50. Now, if you get out your calculator, you can also solve it with your calculator. But we don't need to do that. We're going to take $1.50 and divide that by $25.50 to get our x. X is equal to...
Would you just look at that? Pause.
Yeah, 17. Now all we have to do
Would you just look at this?
is plug 17 in our original equation to check to see if we get our total cab fare. And if we do that,
You know, if I got a math problem like that, you know what I say? I would say, would you just look at this? Just look at it.
$1.50 times 17
Right.
$2.35 is equal to $27.85.
Would you just look at this? Is that the answer? Is that the answer? Would you just look at this?
Is it the answer?
Just look at that.
Yes, it is. It checks out to be the answer.